Hey, Viking fans, I never wanted to be so wrong in my life, but I got to tell you, anyways. Next in three, two, one. Gather around, school brothers and sisters. This is School World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at School World. If you like what you see, go down, get me to 50 likes. That pushes the channel bigger than you can imagine. Get me to 50 likes. Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate it. Thank you for being a listener. So close to 2,000. Let's get me over the hump before the season starts. I appreciate it. But what am I here to do? I'm here to deliver really, really bad news. You've probably already heard that Danielle is not going to attend mandatory minicap. He's a holdout. Uh, this isn't good for him. It isn't good for us, but he doesn't have anything to lose. Spielman, in his infinite silliness at the GM position, instead of addressing a grossly underpaid player, he solved it by, hey, here's some money up front. We're going to pay you what you're worth for this year or whatever amount of years, or maybe just to help you out, we're going to front your money. Well, so basically, he was given a little better contract. First of all, his agent sucks. Fire your agent 3 years ago. Go back in time or whatever time it was. Fire your agent because you got underpaid, and then you should have held out then. I'm glad you didn't. Vikings loved you for it. Vikings said, "Hey, Grady took a team friendly contract. We love you for it, Danielle Hunter." But your agent didn't do you any favors. Your decisions didn't do you any favors. Getting injured didn't do you any favors. But Rick Spielman left us in a situation where he's really only making $5 million this year. My thought process before was, well, he got all his money up front. Then I realized he still was underpaid, and we didn't help him out. We didn't make him happy. We didn't sign him long term. Well, he got injured. He played the whole season last year, and individual effort by him made us even relevant on defense. If it wasn't for him, there would have been nothing on defense. He's the only one capable of getting after the quarterback the second half. He showed what he could do when we started putting his hand more on the ground. I was looking forward to him playing with Brian Flores. Why am I so down right now? It's because it has come to my attention and my understanding that he does not want to play for us anymore. And it has everything to do with the contract negotiations. He is not being offered what he's worth by the Vikings, and he preemptively said, "I'm not attending. I am holding out. That is all." And it is my belief in understanding that he has moved on from us, and thank God he's not being super vocal about it. But the Vikings need to know that they have to work out a trade to save any type of face from this. Dalvin Cook's one thing, running back, big contract, not worth, tend to be not worth the money when you're a running back. They didn't get any trade value for him, but they got a huge savings by getting rid of him. And they had people behind Dalvin Cook that are going to be able to, foot the load. They're going to be able to get yards. We're going to we have a good backfield. We have running backs in excess. But what we don't have is pass rushers. Zadarius Smith is gone. A good friend of his, he doesn't have anybody left from the defenses he's played for. Does even nobody know anybody in the locker room anymore? At least he's barely knows them. He's only played for many of them for 1 year. For 1 year, there is no loyalty to the team, the new regime. Either way, both sides, there's no loyalty. He has no reason to stay. No reason to work out a contract. He knows if he's a free agent, if he gets cut or whatever, or if he gets traded, he'll be able to sign a bigger contract with another team. I want to be wrong so bad. We are so desperate for a defensive a defensive player, someone who can wreak havoc. He's the only guy we got right now. Hopefully Dan Davenport pans out. I was looking forward to having both Davenport and Danielle Hunter. Now, I did make the comment, if we're going to misuse him, we might as well trade him earlier in the season. And we misused the hell out of him early on and much of the season. So I was hoping, hey, maybe we'll get something good for him. Well, that is just me praying we get something good for him. I don't want anything less than a first round pick and maybe an extra pick, a third or a fourth or something for this guy to help us go after the quarterback of the future if we just decide to do that. But or a difference maker of any kind with a first round pick. I would love to have 2 first round picks going in the next season, next draft. Would love it. Now, Kwesi has to do it. Has to do something. He's got to save. He was on a ride. We were like happy with the free agent picks. I love Oliver. Davenport was good. Murphy was great. All those 3 guys made the offseason for us. And then there were some guys sprinkled in there that kind of help fill the roster and are decent players. But right now, we're about to lose our best defensive player on the team, and it's not even close. And you push it to the brink. He's calling our bluff. And honestly, I don't think we could do anything at this point to keep him. Danielle Hunter's gone, and it's a sad day. I want to be wrong, but it doesn't look like it. And from what I have come across, it does seem like it's not going to happen. It could be hardball. He could be playing a hardball with the Vikings. But Kwesi, according to what I put on the thumbnail list, Kwesi turned his back on Danielle Hunter. He is moving on because he just wasn't giving him any real offers. I can see that now. He's not giving him any real offers. Danielle Hunter's moving on. I respect Danielle Hunter for keeping it in house. Kwesi keeping it in house. I love how the Vikings operate, but we are about to say goodbye to Kwesi. Now, what will happen? Well, I'm sharing over the cap with you. The Vikings right now have cap space of $17,809,972. $17,809,972. That, my friend, is unexpected, right? We didn't think we were going to have any money. And when we got all these got some of these free agents, and sure enough, we're sitting here with almost $18 million. What does Danielle Hunter do to our cap right now? If pre-June 1st, it was looking bad. So there's nothing we could have did pre-June 1st. So we're post-June 1st now. Dead cap money $7 million. We saved $5,500,000. So you're gonna add you're gonna be at around $23 million now in cap space. We would have Kwesi has to do something with that money. He has to do something with that money to be competitive on defense this year. He has to. Brian Flores could still do something, man. He could still do something. And this is if we cut him. We're not cutting him. So trading him post June 1st, same money. It's the same money. So trading or cutting him, same money. But trading him, we need to get something. Now we'll get something. There's probably teams lining up right now and they already have been. And Kwesi's listening, but this has got to be a predetermined. If Vikings trade us, we're going to give them a first round pick. This is what we're going to pay you, and they agree upon it. Trade happens. So this is a little bit of control of where we want him to go. Hey, Danielle, we got the best deal we could, and we're shipping you off to wherever. This is what they're giving us. Work out a deal with them, and you can go ahead and work out a deal with them. That's how it's hopefully going to work, and hopefully a first rounder is coming our way. And I did hear a good idea, second rounder with potential it being a first if he performs or plays all the games or gets a certain amount of sacks or whatever. I could handle that, but at least it's got to be a first rounder, or people are gonna just roast Kwesi. Now I think he's built enough goodwill with me, because these same people complaining about Kwesi not breaking up the team are a lot of the same people that be mad at him letting Danielle Hunter go. These are the same people. These are a lot of the same people who wanted to break it up, get rid of Kirk Cousins, start over, but now are mad because they're going to get rid of Danielle Hunter. So I understand. I understand both sides. I'm more on Danielle's side of, and wanting him to play for us and getting paid properly, but that didn't happen. He's moving on. I want to be wrong. I want to be so wrong because we need him so bad. But I'm interested to see what Kwesi can work out with $23 million this year of salary cap space. Let's go. Let's go. Give me the 50 likes. I appreciate it. Skull Fest is coming to Minneapolis September 9th. Book it. The boys are getting together. We're coming to Skull Fest. Place to be determined, time to be determined, but the day before the home opener, I'm flying in. I've already got my tickets. Come meet the family. Let's go. Let's go. Go Vikings. Cue the music.